Hi everyone, it is Dr. Renee. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? I should have gotten my iPad, which is not on anyway, so I will look at my phone. One second, let's make sure everyone can hear. Can everyone hear me loud and clear? I just want to make sure. Okay, let me know you can hear me. There's people that have been asking questions all day. Let me just make sure that they know I'm on. Hi Chris, can you hear me? Just let me know. I just want to make sure the sound is working the way it's supposed to. Chris, throw me a thumbs up, a heart, something. Let me know you can hear what I'm saying. Great. Okay. So, for those that don't know, like Chris, I don't know you. I'm Dr. Renee. Yes, I am a medical doctor, but I am not your medical doctor. So, let's be real clear about that. One, I don't practice. And two, I am just sharing with you what worked for me, and I know it worked for someone else, and so that's why I tried it. And so, and I know that it was helpful to me that I had them, and so hopefully me starting this group, we can have each other and we can all achieve success together. But I am Dr. Renee. I'm a medical doctor. I talk about health. I don't practice health. So I talk about health to educate the masses like you via television, radio, print, and online media. So this is my brand here, Miss Ask Dr. Renee. And so you can search Google, Ask Dr. Renee, a lot of places. But I've been on TV, I've been on radio, all that great stuff. SN70. But yeah, so down to the nitty gritty. I did the HCG drops. And I've heard about them before. I heard about the shots. I heard about a lot of stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I wasn't really sold on it for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I just was like, no, it doesn't seem like something I can do. And so what happened was one of my friends, and actually she was posting every day on Facebook, and she was losing weight every single day. Her weigh in, a pound down, a pound down, a pound. So I finally was like, what are you doing? And this is what she said she was doing. And I thought, I can't do that. Because it was, you have to eat a certain way too. You can't just take the drops. I didn't have carbs or sugar for straight 2 months. And then I think I did another maybe month after that, because I went out of town and I knew I was going to eat. One second, somebody's trying to get in that needs to get in. So I didn't, so you had to commit to that, and I was like, yeah, right. I was like, that's not happening. But I had figured out that what I was doing was not working, because I really wasn't doing anything. And I also figured out that I needed to do something. I do video, as I said, I'm on camera, and when I was on camera, it was just like, oh my God. I didn't recognize the person that was looking back at me, and that wasn't a good thing. I don't necessarily watch myself on camera. Like, I'm real good about not watching what was filmed, but now that I'm in 45,000 doctor's offices across the country, I've been getting a lot of people texting me screenshots. So then I end up seeing myself, and then me and my mother actually saw it for ourselves in a doctor's office. So with all that, then I was like, okay, now I'm actually seeing myself. So I didn't like it, what I saw. And my back started hurting. And my back was hurting because my butt was so big, my lower back was killing me. And I knew that the only reason why I was doing that is solely because it was just getting too big. And simple as that. And so I knew I had to do something. Because I couldn't function like this forever. And this was just walking, my back was hurting. Not running, not sprinting, just leisurely strolling. And so I will tell you, I'm 41 years old. I just turned 41 in August. And I was like, one, I don't look 41, so I know that we're not going to start acting like we're 41, and my back and everything else fall apart. So I had to do something. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this. So I ordered the drops. They came, I started, and then my cycle started. And when I tell you I was ravenous, I thought I was about to die. So I text my friend who had done them and said, what happens? And she said, oh, most people, they'll stop taking them during their cycle. And actually, if I had read all the fine print, because it's a lot of material, if you do decide to do the drops, they send you a lot of files. If I had read, it was in there, but I hadn't read that part. So I said, oh, thank you. She goes, just stop. So I stopped. And when I stopped, then I felt so much better. Because I started over when I was done, and I was good. And then 2, 3 days, 4 days, and I was like, oh my God. And now I'm somebody who loves bread. I'm just like Miss Oprah. I love bread. So for the fact that I didn't have any carbs or any sugar was insane to me. And I couldn't have milk. I could drink 2 gallons of milk in a week. Like, I just sit and drink milk in my mug. Love milk. So I was like, okay. So then when my cycle came the next time, I didn't have to stop because I was fine. I wasn't starving. I was fine. So Candace Nicole wanted to know more information about the drops. I don't know what exactly, and I was hoping she'd come on so she could ask me. But the drops, they burn the fat stores in your body. So I guess that's why you lose half a pound to 2 pounds a day. I usually lost a pound a day. These drops, if you order the ones from the link that I put, which I don't have right here, I'll put it right here now. These drops have vitamin B12 in them, and I think that, and I know that that's why I had energy, and I was not ravenous also. So I think that because of what I was eating, I would have definitely cheated or something if it wasn't for that B12. So I wasn't hungry. Ebony, I saw results the first day. And yeah, so it was wonderful because it kicks right into gear. As long as you do it right, it does it right. It works for you. So they tell you what foods you can eat. And it's a long list. I have a lot of food allergies. Some of you don't know, but I have a lot of food allergies. So my list was even smaller, but I still was able to do it and see results, obviously. So I will tell you, you can have fruit up until 3 p.m. and I think you can have any amount of fruit you want. I'm not a huge fruit person, I'll be very honest with you, but apples became my best friend. I cut up an apple, put it in my purse, and if I had to leave the house, most people, some of you don't know, but I work from my couch, so I'm sitting at home most of the day. So I would cut the apple up if I had to leave, and I would take it in my purse, and I'd munch on an apple if I couldn't eat, because I didn't want to eat the wrong thing, so I would just eat an apple until I could get back to eating the right thing. So the 2 proteins that I ate, because I ate protein for lunch and protein for dinner, I had chicken and hamburgers. When I tell you I killed hamburgers to the point that I want to see another hamburger, it took a while for me to get back to hamburgers for Ken. And then my 3 vegetables that I ate, because this is just what I ate, and I'm one of those people that I can eat the exact same thing every day, and as long as I'm seeing results, I won't be miserable. But the moment that I don't see results, then I'll probably be like, I need something else to eat. But as long as I'm seeing results, I'm going to be okay. So I ate Brussels sprouts, spinach, and cabbage. And those were just the vegetables I chose to eat. And I will tell you, Brussels sprouts was not on the list, but it's green, and it's related to cabbage, and cabbage is on the list. So that was my justification. My friend who was guiding me was like, try it out. If your scale doesn't say the same thing, doesn't drop tomorrow, then don't do that again. And she's like, and make sure you have 1 serving. So I was like, okay. So I did that. I followed the same rules I would have if I had cabbage, and I just had Brussels sprouts, and it was fine. Yeah, so Ebony, I'm all about results. You guys have obviously seen the picture here. That literally was a few weeks before I started. I started on March 31st, and that photo shoot was March 14th. So you can see, and actually at that photo shoot, I was really upset. I was just not feeling myself. Like, I'm so over this. Because I had a sick feeling because what I learned from Miss Winfrey years ago, you don't want 2 chins in your pictures. You stick your neck out, you stick your head out, and most people won't know you're doing that. The picture will come out great. Well, I knew I was forgetting to do that, and so I knew that the pictures weren't going to look the way I wanted them to look. And actually, my photographer ended up having a death in his family, and so I had emailed him and told him, Photoshop out that chin. And he never actually got around to it, and by the time that he was about to get around to it, I had lost the chin and said we need to do new pictures anyway. So, but yeah, I am really good about sticking to something when it's working. Now, I will tell you that I traveled a lot during this period of time, but I was really, really, really disciplined about going to the grocery store, buying my food, and cooking my food, and eating my food. Or I figured out, no, really, I cooked the food. I didn't really go astray. I did really cook the food. I think one trip to Atlanta, I walked to Chipotle and I had a burrito bowl. And yes, I will tell you, one trip to Atlanta, I had burrito bowls all weekend, and that was fine. And what I had on my burrito, let me tell you, I had a steak burrito with vegetables and black beans, and that's it. No rice, nothing else. And when I came back, I had lost 3 or 4 pounds that weekend. So I was excited. I was like, oh, I'm doing fine. Nothing horrible happened. We're good. I weighed myself every day at the same time. No clothes on. I don't know if there are any other questions you can ask me. But it's really, the drops, it's a month supply. It's 30-day supply in the bottle. Honestly, I think that mine's usually lasted maybe a week or 2 more than 30 days. So, Ebony, I was never hungry. So I just ate because I was supposed to eat this food, but I was never hungry. So yes, it curbed my appetite. I was not hungry. I literally have sat in more restaurants that I love, and I just was there to fellowship with my friends because I was not eating that stuff at the time. I did not exercise at all when I first did this. I just started this walking all over the world thing maybe 2 months ago. But before that, I hadn't lifted a thumb. They show you a lovely tea also as part of the paperwork, and it was apple cider vinegar with hot water and cinnamon. When I tell you, it was divine. I love cinnamon, so it was great because I couldn't take down that apple cider vinegar any other way. But in that tea, I can drink it. And I do believe that was shrinking my stomach. So I think I was drinking the tea twice a day. I think that was breakfast for me. And then I had it before I went to bed. But yeah, I think I will, as a matter of fact, if anybody's ordering drops in the near future, I will probably be back on them definitely by November, but probably the end of this month. So we're at the 14th today. So maybe the week after next, I might be back on them. But, cool beans. I mean, I was, like I said, I was at wit's end. Like, we had to do something quickly or I was going to be in trouble. So I'm glad that I did something and it worked. So, I will also tell you that I was going out of town in June and I was going to California and I had not had a carb or sugar and I knew I was having Roscoe's. So I had Roscoe's and I had some other things that I wouldn't have normally had. I had biscuits but I didn't go out of control. I kept it really good to not go overboard, because what I wasn't going to do was undo what I had already done. So that trip and the month of June, I said I call that my rogue month. I went crazy. Hey, Candace Nicole. I kind of went crazy in June. Well, in June, I only gained 5 pounds. So I told my sister if I had actually lifted a leg and done some exercise, I wouldn't have gained the 5 pounds even. So I said, okay. I don't have to, eat like this for the rest of my life. I can actually eat like a normal person and be okay. And then I haven't taken the drops since at least September 13th, and it might have been before that. And I've continued to lose weight, and I've eaten carbs, I've eaten sugar, but I walk a lot. If you have a Fitbit, join my Fitbit challenges. I kill it. So that's my thing that I do now is walk, and I will get back to my. Thank you, Candace Nicole. You did your thing, and I had to do my thing, because Candace, you guys, she did the darn thing. You have to look at her before and after. She looks amazing. Maybe you could post them in here, Candace. But yeah, I was really bad with the whole workout thing, and so then I walked, and then now I'm thinking that, and I ran and walked, and now I'm thinking I might get back into the run walk thing. But I do a lot of walking. Like today, I am at 7,600 steps, and so I'm about to go to a party. I'm gonna dance the rest of them out. Go, Candace. And and then, like, everything's been shrinking good. My one complaint was that my arms weren't shrinking the way I needed them to. And so I talked to a trainer, and he sent me a video to do, and it's like a 12-minute arm workout. And so I'm going to pump it on that and do that regularly, and I know we'll work it out. But I'm really excited. I wanted to be a single-digit size by my birthday. I didn't make it, but I wasn't too hard on myself because I had 3 goals for my birthday. I wanted my hair to grow. And if you see me post about that, my hair is like down to here now, like somewhere around here. And then I wanted my new smile, and I got my new smile, no gaps. And I wanted the single digit size. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm thinking I should be in the single digit size by Thanksgiving, which will be awesome sauce. By Christmas, I should be really going into the home stretch. And I'm actually going to Carnival in Trinidad in February, and so I will be wearing a bikini because I'm playing mass in Carnival. Hi Sheila, welcome. And so I will be in the parade and everything, and so I have never worn a bikini in my life, and if I did, it was when I was a baby, but I've never in my adult life. And so this will be something new. I'm excited, and I already feel like I wouldn't feel so horrible in it right now, so I'm excited. I think we'll be fine by then. Candace, thank you. But yeah, I'll be good by then. But does anyone have any other questions? We're gonna get out of here by 9:30 because, like I said, I'm going to dance tonight, so I gotta work. I'm leaving to go out. So if you have any other questions, you want to send me a message, you can send me a message through Ask Dr. Renee, my page, if you're not one of my Facebook friends. Oh, Candace, so what are your specific questions? I talked about them at the beginning. So the drops, so let me just tell you, the drops, 10 drops 3 times a day. The first one is before you eat, and then you just take them same time every day. So you refrigerate the drops. Obviously, when you leave the house, you can't keep them refrigerated, but you refrigerate the drops. They, like I said, will usually last more than 30 days. You guys, I'm trying to just recap for Candace. What else? Candace, tell me what your questions. Candace, of course they're safe. If they weren't safe, I wouldn't use them. Crazy girl. So you guys, Dr. Oz did an entire episode about the drops. And I remembered watching that episode. And so I hunted down the videos on YouTube and watched them again before I started the drops. There is a young woman on that show that actually was one of our radio personalities, and then she ended up being a TV personality here in Chicago. She had done the drops and kept the weight off for at least 5 years, and it's been longer than that now. And she looks amazing. I'm actually following her on Instagram. Nina, can't think of her last name. If I find it, I'll send you guys the thing. But, and then there was, okay, so his name is Dr. Simeon. Don't quote me, but I think that's his name that created the drops. He did this whole study with rats and pregnant women or something, and that's how he figured out that this would work. And let me tell you, if you purchase the drops, they give you all of that information. It was so much stuff to read, you guys. there was no way I would get through all of it, and I finally did, actually. It's a coupon code. It doesn't take anything off, but it lets them know that I told you. Candace, I don't, but if you just Google HCG drops and Dr. Oz, it should pop up. So, because that's how I found it. I just Googled it and found it. I don't think I even went to his website. I think I just Googled, actually not even Google, I think I went on YouTube and said HCG drops, Dr. Oz, and the episodes are right there. But also on his website, he has a really good search feature, so you might be able to type it in there too. But yeah, so the doctor, and I think he's still alive too, Dr. Simeon, I think is his name. But they tell you everything about I am a medical doctor, so I was very interested into the science of it as well. But that's why I had watched Dr. Oz, because I knew he had went into that. There's a female physician that's on the episode, and she had done it with her patients, and she had done her own kind of studies with it, and she firmly believed that it worked. And so, if you guys decide to do it, Ebony, I heard you say you were going to do it. There's another one of my friends that's in the group. She's not on right now, but she said she got hers already. She already ordered her drops earlier today. You guys just let me know if you have any questions, and if I don't have the answers, then my friend or her best friend, which is the one that told her, they can answer them for you. No, Candace. This is a white man, actually. You're talking about Dr. Sebi. No, this is a white man. His name is Simeon, I'm almost certain. But yeah, it was a very interesting study. Like I said, they give you all that information. They also give you recipes that incorporate the right amounts of everything that you have to eat, and the foods that you can eat. Candace, there's canned foods that you can eat, as in CAN, and then I'm not sure if there was a list of cannot, but there was a list that told you these vegetables, these fruits, these meats. So, I mean, the funny thing is, I did this, I didn't tell anyone, I didn't even tell my sister. I just was like, I'm going to do this. And then when I finally saw my sister and she saw what I looked like, she was like, my God. So then plus I had to put the drops in her refrigerator. So then I told her, and we went to the grocery store and she bought my groceries that I needed so I could eat right while I was there. And she was like, oh. I was like, sissy, I know it sounds crazy, but it worked. And so the thing was, it worked. You guys, when I tell you I feel so good now, it's not even funny. When I first went to the lakefront after losing the big chunk, when I first went to the lakefront, I told my sister I could run the entire way. I don't even need to walk. She's like, you've lost it. I said, I know, but I just felt so light. Like, I never felt this light. And I've never felt this small. I was like, oh my God. And the compliments and the people saying stuff to me, I'm like, really? And I really, when I tell you, now that I saw those pictures, I really could see it, because I have a jawline and I have a neck. Like, you can really see my neck. My friend told me I look taller. I said, no, it's because I have a neck, because there was a chin here, so you couldn't see it. So I do look taller. And my décolletage, as Wendy Williams taught me, I've lost 39 pounds so far, Candace. And I should have been more, but then, like I said, when I was, towards the end of my travels, I was just eating what I wanted to eat. I had a death in the family. Right, Candace? I had a death in the family, and do you know I came back from that trip, and God must have had grace on me, because I ain't gained any weight, because I drank alcohol. I don't drink alcohol usually, especially not on this. You don't drink alcohol. I ate West Indian food with rice, white rice, not brown, white rice. I ate hard dough bread. Like, I was killing it, and I know I was killing it, but Jesus was good, and I didn't gain any weight that weekend. Oh, it was 5 days, I think. Thank God, because I ate fried chicken. Like, I was eating, okay? But I'm grateful, and I pay attention. I get on the scale every day anyway, because that helps me to determine like what I'm doing for the day. I don't think I can cut out the carbs and sugar again until I go back in the drops, because I'll be hungry. So, because I think I've tried it a couple days and then I got hungry and I ate what I wanted to eat. So, I'm going to go back and I'm going to knock out a chunk for the end of the year, and then January, I don't know how much I'll have to lose for then, but I want to see what I'll look like at the end of the year. I'm very excited. Candace, right. You're right. It does show you that, but don't tell me that. So I'm full honesty. We have 5 more minutes left. I gained the freshman 15 like 5 years in a row. I was in Michigan State for 5 years. So 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. You can imagine how I rolled out of college, right? And actually, I'll post a picture from, I want to say, my luncheon after graduation or something like that. I'll show you guys a picture. But I rolled out of college. And then I go to med school, you guys. Kept on going. So I moved to Chicago, and now, first of all, let me say, in my rotations in med school, that's what I was doing here in Chicago, I had to wear scrubs, of course, at the hospital. And first of all, I'm only 4'11", so the scrubs, they just don't make scrubs that are big enough in the waist and short in the length. So it was just horrible. And when I tell you, hi Sissy, people called me Bailey. When Grey's Anatomy came on, I started identifying with her. And then there's one of my Twitter friends, whom I've still not met, but we're going to meet soon. He calls me Bailey, and it's so funny because I really am shaped just like Bailey, and she is 4'11" too. She said it on the show one day, 2 seasons ago. But yeah, so I am shaped like Bailey. And so I was watching Ruby. Ruby had a show on the Style Network. Ruby had lost like 300 pounds, but she was 600 pounds, and she had a reality show. And so she said she needed to go talk to somebody to figure out why she was fat. And for some reason, that just rung in my head and didn't get out. And I said, I should go do the same thing. And so I found me a lovely psychologist who was black, and she here in Chicago. And so me and her sat down on the couch, and she and I didn't talk nothing about food for the first, I don't know how many weeks. But we talked, and then she told me I needed to start writing down what I ate and how I felt. And I was like, okay. And so I did. And I'm not sure how she did it, but she put some sort of hex on me because I have been through a whole lot of crazy. And I have never went back to that. And when I say that, I'm talking about eating my feelings. So I might have just been eating because I just felt like eating, but I've had stressful periods. Like my cousin just dying would have turned me in. Like 3-4 years ago, I could tell you, I have literally gained 20 pounds in less than 10 days. Candace, so I do know how much. So I've done that before. I did that on a winter break before. I went home and I gained 20 pounds in the 10 days I was at home. So with my cousin dying, who was so close to me, it's a miracle I didn't eat myself out of house and home. But I didn't, because I'm not going back to that. I have figured it out. The other thing was I didn't take compliments well, so when you would compliment me, I would be like, oh no, they're complimenting me, something's wrong. So then I would eat and sabotage what I was doing. So I've come a very long way. But if you need to seek that therapy, please go do it. It helped me tremendously. I really do commend that lady because that is the main reason why I didn't blow up to 400 pounds. Because I could have easily, very easily. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Like I said, if you have any other questions, you know how to reach me. You can, if you're a friend of mine, you can text me. You can always send me messages via Ask Dr. Renee. And yeah, that's it. And you can see right below, that's my handle on everything, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Thank you so much for joining the group, and I hope that we can all win together and we can post all our fabulous pictures and look so wonderful. So I am going to go and party tonight with my boy D Nice. I didn't tell him that was coming, so I'm so excited to go surprise him. So you guys have a great evening, and if you have any questions, like I said, let me know, and if I don't have an answer, I know who does. But if you order the drops, they're going to influx you with all these PDF files. Read them, because they're actually very informative. Like I said, once I read some stuff, I was like, oh, well, I could do this, and I could do that, because I felt like, what am I doing? Now, you guys, because of my food allergies, I felt like breakfast was a wash for me. It was either an apple or my little tea, because I couldn't eat. I think you can have eggs on this, and I can't have eggs. So, but you can't have bacon. Cannot. So, breakfast was difficult for me. But But that's it. I gotta go because I gotta figure out what shoes I'm putting on tonight. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. And maybe I'll try to do these like once a week. I don't know. You guys will let me know what you think. Alrighty then. If you have a Fitbit, make sure you find me, Renee Matthews, and let's get it on. We'll have a group for just us, maybe. A challenge for just us. Okay, I'm going to figure out how to turn this thing off momentarily. Hi, I'm Dr. Renee. I've been using THINX period panties for about 4, almost 5 years now. I absolutely love that. First and foremost because I'm not wasting money and gas going to the store to get pads, and I wasn't really a tampon user. I used them very rarely, so that's my biggest thing. Secondly, the way that pads feel, like you're always reminded it's there because you can feel it. I felt like I had a diaper on. I felt like everyone knew I was on my cycle because they bulged, because I'm a heavy bleeder. That's another good thing that you need to know. The third thing is they're great for the environment. And of course, along with saving money, I'm not ruining any clothes. I'm not ruining underwear. I'm not ruining my clothes because of the leakage, nothing. It's free bleeding and it's so amazing. No one would know I'm on my cycle unless I tell them. There's no odor, there's no leakage, and they're wonderful. And if you would like to try them out, $10 off using my link, and there is a money back guarantee if it doesn't work out for you. You can do that as well. But I promise if you try it, you'll fall in love with it. And there's a lot of other options out there. As a matter of fact, THINX even has other options that you could check out. Check out the website, shethinks.com/Renee, RENEE. Bye.